We take a look at what is left in an Oak Cliff neighborhood. On Thursday afternoon, there was a massive blast. It leveled an apartment building near East 9th and North Patton Avenue in Dallas. Crews worked through the night to make sure the area was safe for investigators today.
Yeah, this was the scene as first responders arrived on Thursday afternoon. You can see massive billows of black smoke coming from the building. It took roughly 120 firefighters to control the blaze. Somehow the damage to the surrounding buildings was minor, but at this point we do know at least 3 people were killed, 5 more are injured, and more than that are still unaccounted for this morning. We do have team coverage of this developing story.
Alex and TC is showing us how the community's pitching in and bonding together. First, we go to Peyton May, though, to explain how all of this unfolded. Peyton?
Yes, Lauren, we are about a block away from the scene of the apartment, which is demolished right now. Behind us here, you could actually see Atmos Energy crews are at work right now. There's law enforcement surrounding every corner of this perimeter. Dallas County Sheriff, Dallas Police. We're told the FBI and ATF have arrived on scene, just to name a few there. Now, searches of the rubble and recovery efforts are expected to continue into this morning. Some residents here lost absolutely everything. This video from Sky 4 shows the scene when crews first arrived. Dallas Fire Rescue was responding to a gas leak at the Clyde Apartments near East 9th and North Patton Avenue. Before they arrived, investigators say the building exploded. So far, 3 people are confirmed dead, 2 women and 1 child. At least 5 people are in the hospital, 1 person in critical condition. Neighbors described the moments they heard the blast and the building went up in flames. Some immediately took action. One man helped rescue a girl from the rubble.
Immediately, I felt the heat, and then I looked up. Everything was on fire, black smoke in the air.
I ran that way, and I went over there to the apartments that's across the street.
Yep.
And Dave was on this side, and I seen her, and I'm just, hey, it's a baby right there. I need to get it. And then I just went and got him.
Our cameras were rolling when a 10-year-old girl reunited with her aunt and grandmother. She escaped without her shoes on. The girl's family tells us her mother, Marisol Perez, and her 18-month-old brother, Eric, did not make it out of the building. There's still no final number on how many people are missing. Among those unaccounted for is Sylvia Collins, the precinct chair of the Dallas Democrats. The organization posted to social media saying Sylvia is a tireless advocate for the community, and they're holding her family in their hearts as they wait for more information. Now, a team from the NTSB is on the way to Dallas to investigate. A gas leak was reported just before the explosion. Atmos Energy says a construction crew not related to the company actually damaged a natural gas pipeline yesterday. They said that led to the leak. Now, this is a very active scene here. There have been crews nonstop going through this area. We will continue to keep you updated as we learn more from the scene. Back to you.
And we do appreciate those updates, Peyton. Thanks. We continue our team coverage this morning with Alex Boyer live outside of Adamson High School, which quickly turned into a reunification center yesterday. Alex, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, that's right. You know, in the minutes following that deadly explosion, family members of those who are missing, as well as displaced residents, were encouraged to come here to the high school to begin trying to figure out what those next steps would be. And it was here where we began hearing some of those heartbreaking stories about people impacted by this incident in a variety of ways. Now, the explosion at Clyde Apartments happened in the middle of the day Thursday. While many people were home at the time, others were at work or running errands. It wasn't until they returned to the scene of the destroyed apartment complex that they realized something terrible had happened. Residents started to gather here at the high school, hoping to get answers about their pets and loved ones. We spoke to a woman who lived on the 2nd floor apartment, which of course is gone. She lost everything, including her 5 pets. She was at work and her husband was running errands when the explosion happened.
Heartbroken, disbelief, hurt, worry, all that. I feel like this is a dream. I feel physically sick. Yeah, I thought I was gonna go home to just relax and watch TV. I actually watch you guys, but in here I'm just looking at this. It looks like a war zone. I can't believe this. I really can't.
I happened to run into Alta DeBose, who you just heard from there, walking along the sidewalk a short time ago, and she very optimistic this morning despite the tragedy that has unfolded here. She begins to pick up the pieces. The explosion also prompted the evacuation of residents from a neighboring apartment complex to the east and a house to the west, and many people are staying with friends and loved ones. The city of Dallas, though, is also offering up hotel rooms for those people who are displaced and have nowhere to go. Meanwhile, I can tell you that people here at the high school are in the process of organizing a community outreach event. I can tell you that within the past about half hour or so, in the distance, I've been seeing some people show up with big boxes going in some side doors. No doubt, certainly that's part of this process, dropping off items. No word just yet on how those items will be pushed out or at what time. Of course, when we find out any of those details, we will pass that along to our viewers. For now, reporting live in the Oak Cliff neighborhood of Dallas, I'm Alex Poirier for Good Day.
Alex, thank you. Ticia Muzinga continues our live team coverage, where an Oak Cliff church has started collecting donations. Ticia, what are you seeing?
Hey, good morning, Lauren. I will tell you that an hour before this drop-off donation started, so it started at 9, so about a couple minutes ago, people have been showing up even an hour before. I mean, the response has been, as church leaders have been saying, it's been overwhelming. But, these people that lost pretty much everything, they still need more as families just try to replace every essential lost in the fire. So you're looking at a room right now where already people are donating clothes, you see right there, in bags. We've seen people bring water as well. I mean, this is how the people in the Metroplex, especially in this neighborhood in Oak Cliff, this is how they show up for one another when a tragedy happens like this. So Cliff Temple Baptist Church, this is where we're at. That says it will remain open to serve the community after that explosion Thursday afternoon. City leaders say that 3 people are confirmed dead and at least 5 people are hurt from that blast. And most survivors are now left, as you can imagine, with nothing. And one woman who lives nearby felt compelled to help.
I was just on my way home yesterday and I saw the cloud of smoke go up, and it was just, I was worried about, my family. And so the closer I got, and then the closer it was to Adamson, because we live right here, it was just super scary. And I know a lot of people have been affected in the area.
Cliff Temple Baptist Church says it will remain open to serve the community after the explosion Thursday afternoon. City leaders, as I mentioned, they said the amount of people that are dead, but the church is asking for, as I mentioned, water, non-perishable food items, clothing, diapers, wipes, blankets, and gift cards as well. The church will be taking drop-off donations today from 9 to noon, so you have until noon today, and then again next week from Monday to Thursday, those times 9 to 3. So church leaders, they say that every donation, every contribution will help these families that basically pretty much just lost everything, as you can imagine. So this church right all around me, it's all filling up. You see the blankets, the clothes, we saw water, non-perishable food items. This has been going on since 9 a.m. We do have a whole list of what you can bring to help the families that were impacted by the explosion. We have that on our website at fox4news.com. And by the way, you can also donate online as well. For Good Day, I'm Ticia Muzinga.
This is the best part about our community. Something so stark can happen so quickly, and the amount of donations we're seeing just so inspiring.
And it looks like the city has put them up in hotels, those people who were displaced. So they definitely have housing right now, but to get them these much needed items and to just kind of restart their lives, it's going to be tough. Thanks, Ticia.
We do expect constant updates throughout the day as crews work to find out who is still unaccounted for.
To make sure you don't miss any updates, check the Fox local app. It's free, easy to download, that QR code right there. You can turn alerts on as well. It is available also at fox4news.com. Stay with us as we continue to cover this deadly explosion. We will have more as the day goes on.